Hey friends, I'm Maxie and you're here today for chair yoga. Before we get started, a few reminders. You've taken this time out of your day for yourself. So really make sure that you take what you need, whether that's making modifications, taking breaks, or making something more challenging. I'm just your guide here to support you. We'll get started today in seated mountain pose. That's going to look like bringing the feet hip width distance, grounding all four corners of the feet into the earth, engaging the calves, engaging the quads, letting the belly engage. Let the shoulders come up and down the back. Feel yourself have a nice long neck and feel the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Lastly, palms come down, facing forward, fingertips extending out. And here we're in seated mountain pose. We'll take a few breaths. Maybe you close the eyes here and connect in. In a deep inhale through the nose and sighing it out the mouth. Another deep inhale through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. Last breath, biggest breath yet. Inhale. Open the mouth, exhale it out. You can close the gaze, bring the hands to heart center, and we'll set our intention for class today. Maybe you just showed up to simply move, to connect with yourself, or perhaps there's a greater reason. Call it to mind now, honor it here, fill up with breath, and let it go. Arms can stay out by your sides, or you can bring them onto the knees. We'll move on to some neck exercises. So we'll start with neck rolls. And what that's going to look like is bringing the chin down forward, over to the right, and back behind you, going over towards the side, and forward again. Moving nice and slow. No need to speed up here. Take your time and really notice what you're feeling. If you have any pockets of tension or tightness, you can stop and really explore those areas. Now we'll go the other way. Now, if it doesn't feel safe to roll the neck back, then simply be rolling forward side to side. It isn't inherently dangerous to be rolling the neck back like we used to hear. So really be open to moving the neck in all the directions. One more round. And this time we'll stay on the right shoulder, right ear, but think about finding space there. Don't bring the shoulder up to the ear, bring the ear down to the shoulder. And maybe you stay here, maybe the left arm extends out, reaching, taking nice deep breaths. And we'll switch to the other side. This time the left ear slowly starts falling to the left shoulder and not the other way around. We're not bringing the shoulder up. Then the right fingertips out. Maybe act as though you're reaching back. You can feel this stretch all along this side. Beautiful. Deep breath in and back to center. Now we'll take some shoulder rolls. First, we'll bring the shoulders forward, up and back, forward, up and back. Once you have this motion, you start making it more fluid. A few more times, really getting the shoulders moving this morning. And now we'll go the other way. So shoulders come up, forward, and down. Beautiful. Keep that up. See if you can find the breath. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Come back to center. Notice that your back is straight, the neck is long. We'll bring the arms out to the side. We'll be taking some arm circles, and depending on what the back of your chair looks like, I like to scoot forward to make sure that I have there's nothing in my way. So first, we'll take circles forward. And these can be as big or small as you want. But let's try to keep it somewhere in the middle. And we're not moving really fast. We're really moving nice and slow because we're seeking to control this movement. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And when you hit the top of this one, we'll pause here. Just extend out through the fingertips. Imagine reaching side to side. Relax the shoulders, find that nice long neck. And now we'll go the other way. So now hands go back and up. And really think about reaching through the fingertips and engaging the arms, right? So we have a lot of engagement, and you might be feeling this a lot. That's okay. Come back to the breath. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Last one. Come to the top, hold, extend out, reach, reach, reach. Maybe you're really feeling this. Dig in, push into the heels, push out the fingertips. Release. Shake the arms out. Great work. We'll take a quick side stretch. So you can either hold on to the chair or hold on to the hip. I'm going to hold on to the hip. I'm going to inhale, reach my right arm up and over. Right? So my right arm is reaching towards the left. And you really want to think about bringing this right hip down onto the chair. So maybe your hand stays here so you know that you're rooted, you're grounded through this hip. And you feel that stretch in the side body. Maybe the gaze even goes up. Big breath here. In and out. One more. In and out. Arm comes down. We'll switch to the other side. Right hand comes to the chair. Maybe it comes to the hip. And you inhale, reaching the left arm up and over. And when we get to the top, we immediately come back to that left hip, right? Is it reaching up? Is it part of your bend, or can you root it to your chair, staying grounded, and then feeling that reach really through the side body? Deep breath in and deep breath out. Maybe the gaze is involved and it goes up. There's nothing wrong with the gaze being forward or the gaze being down. I'd like you to be where your neck is comfortable. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And your hand comes back down. Great. We'll move on to some seated sun salutations. Hands are going to start in heart center. We'll inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. Hands come down next to the body. Inhale, reach, reach, reach till they come up, interlaced overhead. You're either gazing forward or up. You're going to exhale. As you exhale, hands come through heart center in a prayer pose. You bow forward, and maybe this is where you stay, or maybe hands come to the mat. Then you inhale, finding a flat back. Your hands are on your shins, or they can come to the tops of your thighs. I want you to think about bringing the shoulders down and finding a flat spine. So when you see from this, we don't want to be like this. We want a flat spine, flat back. Shoulders are pulling back and down. And then you forward fold. We'll take a few rounds of that together. Hands start at heart center. Inhale, reach up and out and wide. Hands come together. Exhale, hinge forward. Hands come to the earth or to the legs. Forward fold. You let the shoulders round. Inhale, you find that halfway lift. We find that flat back. Collarbones are broad. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. And we find ourselves back at heart center. We'll take one more. Deep inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, bow forward. Hands to the earth. Inhale, hands to shins, tops of thighs, finding that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, hands through heart center. Bring both of those hands to the heart and close the eyes. And just notice the energy moving in the body. Notice if anything shifted since the beginning of class. And we'll move on to seated cat and cow. Different options. You can have your hands on your knees. Inhaling, finding cow. That's going to be bringing the chest forward, opening the throat, gazing up. And then we're going to round, pushing back the chest, rounding the shoulders forward. And I'll show you this from this side too. So, right, we inhale, the back arches, the chest comes forward, the neck goes up. And then we exhale, we start to round, hollow out that tummy, hollow out those shoulders. Maybe the chin even tucks in. Inhale. And exhale. I'll come back forward. We'll keep moving through these. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Move a few more times with your own breath. Great job. Keep it up. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Release back to center. We'll take a brief twist. So right hand can come to the outside of the chair, or it can stay on the hip. Left hand is going to cross over the body, using the right knee as leverage and twisting over. So we have this twisting in the middle, I'm going to use my right hand and hold on to the back of the chair just to make this a little bit deeper for me. My gaze can be to the side, or maybe I start looking back over that right shoulder. Really ground into the feet. Make sure that your foundation is there. And inhale, think about finding length in your spine. And as you exhale, deepen that twist. Inhale, find length. And exhale, deepen. Now we'll roll back forward. Take just a brief counter twist before we get started. Deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. We'll go the other way. Now, maybe you're just lightly holding on to the side of the chair. Maybe your hand is on your hip. You take the right hand, you take it to the outside of the left knee, and you start to twist using that knee as leverage. Now, maybe it's helpful to hold on to the chair for more leverage, or maybe you're holding on to the top of your chair for the most leverage, right? And we're really thinking about finding space, broadening, opening the collarbones. Gaze can be forward, or gaze can be back. And we'll find those breaths again. Inhale, find length, lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up, find that length. And exhale, twist. All right, we'll spin, unwind, inhale, bring the arms up just for good measure. And exhale, hands into heart center. All right, so we'll move on, just getting some movement into the legs. So take up your right leg, roll the ankle out, roll it the other way. Maybe you lift this leg up, straightening it out, and release. We'll go to the other side. Let the right foot root into the floor, extend out the left, roll out the ankle. I'm full of cracks and pops today, and that's good, right? We're moving that synovial fluid, getting that synovial fluid back into the joints. Now ground through that right leg, lift this one up, activate the core. All right, lower it back down. And we'll move into a seated figure 4. So both feet are going to be rooted into the ground, and you can come into this a few ways. First, you're just going to cross the right ankle over the left and open the hip. This is figure 4. So if this is where you are today, I'd like you to honor your body and stay here. You have the external rotation of the hip, and you're feeling the grounding, the rooting into the earth. Now, if you would like more, maybe the leg comes up. The highest it's going to come is up onto the quad, onto your thigh. If it is all the way up here, I want your ankle over your knee, and I want your foot to be flexed. So you're you're somewhere along that spectrum. And now I want you to reach the arms up. Breathing here. Feeling the opening in that right hip. Right? We're here, we're doing yoga, we're breathing. Figure 4. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring your hands back to center. Release the leg. We'll just windshield wiper. Bring any movement that you need back into that space. And we'll switch sides. So this time the right foot is rooted, and you're thinking about that left leg working into external rotation. So maybe the knee goes out, the ankle goes on top. You find your figure 4 here, right? We have that nice opening, that nice grounding with the right foot, and the chest is tall, it's lifted. You have a flat back. Now, if you want to try and see where you are at on this side, make the movements that you need, honor where you are. Any amount of the pose is the pose. My favorite teacher, Jason Crandall, always says that, and nothing is truer. Now, foot is flexed. I really feel the opening on this side. So that's something to realize, right? Side to side, we're going to be different, and that's totally normal. That's totally okay. We'll bring the arms up if you're going there, and we'll find the breath. Maybe you close the gaze and you just tune in, right? This grounding, balancing posture. Deep breath in, and we'll release, bringing the foot back to the mat and giving it a windshield wiper. Now we'll get both legs involved. And we're going to move on to a warrior one pose. So there's different ways you can do this. I'm going to teach you the way where we're going to have the left leg forward and the right leg back. So you might be on the edge of your chair, and that might feel good for you. Maybe this leg is extended back, that back foot is slightly knocked in, and your left leg is extended straight. You can stay here, just really feeling the opening, right? So first we were opening it in the open rotation. Now we're more in extension, just letting that space come into the front of the hip flexor. You're barely on the chair, but the chair is supporting you here. If this is uncomfortable, you can always stay center with one leg forward, one leg bent, and one leg straight. This is also warrior one. Breathe here. Deep breath in. And we'll switch out sides. Now, right leg comes forward on the outside edge of your chair, grounding the foot into the mat. And this back leg slides back. You still have the full support of the chair underneath you. Maybe the leg is in front and you feel that nice extension, that stretch back. Warrior one. Arms out or arms up. Come back to center, remembering that you also had the option to take with one leg bent, one leg straight. All right, both feet come into center. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. We're going to take a forward fold. So that might look like this. This is a forward fold. Or maybe you start to extend down forward. And maybe this is your forward fold, or somewhere along those lines. If you can, and your hands are touching the earth, see if you can just hang the head, hang the shoulders, and release something. Take a deep breath in, and deep breath out. Another deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And just notice what you notice. What comes up? And can you just be here now? Be in this present moment. All right, slowly roll yourself up. Maybe take one more, arms out. Bring hands into heart center. And we'll come back to mountain. Softening the gaze. Maybe if it feels right, you bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, and we'll close class. Taking a few breaths here, knowing that everything you did today was enough. All right, friends. Thanks so much for being here with me today. It's always my honor and my privilege to guide you. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.